Hello angels, welcome back to my channel. For those of you that are new, hello, my name is Asha. It's very nice to meet you. And I'm sure you're all here because you want to just jump right into this video. So you guys know the routine by now. Be sure to follow me on Instagram, which will be right here, of course. And also do not forget to subscribe to this channel if you have not already, and to also turn on your post notifications so that you're notified every single time that I post. And let's just jump right into this video. So this video is going to be just a heart-to-heart chit-chat that I want to have with you angels. And as you can see from the title, this video is about knowing your power. And I really hope that this video resonates with you guys, and I hope that you are able to find clarity in the things that I'm mentioning, and that you all are able to receive this in love. So here are the cold hard facts, guys. In a relationship, there needs to be somewhat of an unequal balance. And I know that's a bit of an oxymoron, because balance and an unequal, you get the point. But that basically means the person who cares the most ends up getting hurt, and the person who cares the least is actually the person that has the control and wins. I know that probably sounds really bad, but unfortunately, that's the reality of the situation. Now that that's out the way, in order to know your power, you have to acknowledge who the person is that you're dating, not who you want him to be, who you see him as being, who you wish he would be. Potential will always remain potential. It is not your job to fix anyone, especially any man. It's not your job. You're not his mom. Think about this right now. If you are incapable of accepting him as is right now, then you already see where the issue lies. And I want you guys to know that I completely get it. I understand when you invest time and energy into someone and you have such strong feelings for them, you don't even have to be in love with them. Us as women, our emotion alone can make us do a bunch of different things, you know. Some call it crazy, others think it's justifiable. Whatever that reasoning may be, it's normally based off of emotion. But if you're incapable of accepting that man as he is, that's not your job to stick around hoping and wishing on a gamble that he may or may not want what you want in the end. You need to be the prize, the quality queen that I know is inside of all of you. You need to be that. This means that you need to be a woman that he feels like he could potentially lose to another man. Why is that? Well, that's because if he feels like he may lose you to someone else, or that potential of losing you to someone else, the thought of losing you to someone else hurts him, he's going to put his best foot forward because he doesn't want to lose you. And also, just as a sidebar, guys oftentimes really want to lock that one girl down when they feel like, okay, I do not want anyone else to have this girl. I need to have this girl. And I'm willing to drop anyone, anything for this girl. And case in point, even in reference to my last video, Cassie and Colton, he dropped those girls like it was, I don't want to say like it was nothing, because it definitely wasn't easy, but he was willing to sacrifice that just on the gamble that Cassie would take him back. Yeah, if a guy feels like you're the independent variable in the situation, meaning you are complacent, you are not going anywhere, he sees no thrill in pursuing you or keeping you around for that matter. You know, if there's one thing I learned, I definitely have learned that when certain things are done to us, sometimes it's hard to believe that it's not done intentionally. And that's not to take away from anyone who has dealt with situations where things have been done intentionally to them. But I think throughout my life, I've learned that a lot of the things that us as women do is we manufacture things in our heads, and we may see glimpses of the truth, ignoring our intuition along the way. And when things don't turn out exactly how we intended it to be, or how we expected or even assumed, we get upset with the guy when not all the time are guys being completely dishonest. They're mainly just going with the flow of things, being a guy, and you chose to ignore certain signs. You know, it's a combination of that type of situation that is just tumultuous. Sometimes it's human nature that we tend to draw closer to things that we feel like are out of our reach or that are pulling away from us. So if you think about it from that perspective, if in a man's nature it's to chase and they love challenges and he feels like he already conquered you, then what's left? Where's the throw? Does that make sense? And I know it kind of sucks and you guys are probably like, oh, I don't understand why we have to do things this way or think this way, because I mean, wow, take it from me. I used to think, well, let me just prove that I'm, a good girlfriend. Let me prove that I'm worthy, of being with. And it's like, that doesn't really help, because one, who you are is who you are. If someone is incapable of seeing that value in you, or maybe that person is capable of seeing the value in you, but they're just not where you are. They can't meet you at that place because they're just not there yet. And it doesn't matter how good you are when you're good to the wrong person, the person that just isn't right for you. It doesn't matter. And forcing them to see the value in you is not going to do anything. It's just wasting energy. So you have to know your power. The reality is, in knowing your power, is a man has to feel like he's earning you. Not like you need him. You can't be codependent on him. He can't feel, especially, like you are codependent on him. You need to exude a humble confidence that says, I choose to be in a relationship with you, or I choose to date you, but I don't need you. There's definitely a difference. Because naturally, if you know that somebody needs you and they can't move without you, you're not really going to care to cater to that person that much. It's going to get old really quickly, and you're just going to think, well, whatever, this person's like obsessed with me anyway, so like, let me just do whatever I want. You understand what I'm saying? Know your power by remaining neutral. And I have to stress that. Remain neutral, because then you're able to think logically and clearly, and your perspective shifts, where you have that mindset of, this is a choice I'm making. This is someone I'm accepting into my life, or that I want to be in a potential relationship with. I'm choosing this person that has to earn me. I'm not being codependent on this person. If you choose to not take my advice and to not be neutral and to not think of things logically, then what are you going to do? You're going to end up obsessing over someone and certain things that you simply cannot control. And having that sort of mentality will drive you nuts. I'm telling you. I mean, take it from me. It will drive you nuts. And all it really does is build a hostile environment where you have an attitude now, and the way you perceive things are all negative, because you're building up this animosity and this resentment towards this guy for whatever reason that you have, because you feel like, oh my gosh, it's been X amount of time and he hasn't done this yet. Or how many times is he going to string me along? And it's like, we have to stop even accepting behavior like that from the get-go. That's why when you enter into a situation, you need to know the person that you're with. That's why I said in the beginning of the video, acknowledge who the man is. Recognize who he is first before you try to jump into anything. If you're incapable of accepting him as is right now, you already have your answer. Do not go forward. If you do, proceed with caution. And I also think it's important to know, in a part of knowing your power, it's about having self-control as well, right? If you focus on all the things you don't want, I genuinely believe that we just tend to manifest everything that we want by focusing solely on what it is that we don't want, whether that's in life or whether that's even in a relationship. If you move out of anger, out of fear, resentment, hostility, any sort of negative emotion at all, you're wasting energy and you will become resentful and defensive over everything. And in turn, what that will do is just push him away a little further or make him just disappear, period. To know your power comes from within. You cannot be happy or place your happiness on or in a person or in a relationship, because I'm telling you, unhealed trauma will always manifest and bleed into different areas of your life. If you are not loving yourself, valuing yourself, understanding your worth, that will determine how much nonsense and trash you're willing to put up with in your relationship. And in turn, when we look back after all the lessons that we've learned in life, sometimes we just think, man, I wish I knew this a lot sooner. Well, yeah, that's true. But that's why I talk about these things with you ladies. That's why I stress the issues that I stress, because I don't want you guys to have to endure or go through certain things if I can help it. There is so much freedom in simply liking or even loving someone without being codependent on them for happiness and fulfillment. So don't be the person, the woman that likes someone so much that as soon as you're with anyone, all of your common sense goes out the window. And then, unfortunately, people that live like that and think like that over and over and over again, I tend to think are victims. You step into things, you don't acknowledge the red flags, you see certain things, and you still stick around, and then you get mad in turn at what someone's blatantly doing. You're not believing the story that they're painting. You're not accepting them as who they are. You're not acknowledging him as he is. You're just choosing to stick around because you see potential or whatever that reason may be. Or you're using this person to fill a certain void. It's going to manifest unhealed trauma, unhealed situations. They will manifest throughout your life, babe. And they will affect all your relationships. And I can guarantee that. Okay, babes. So in conclusion, as we come to a close, know your power. Make the decision to remain a challenge. Make the decision to remain logical and neutral as best as you can. Because at the end of the day, we still are women. And emotions do run high. I do understand that. But as best as you can, always try to keep these things in the back of your mind. Honestly, in the front of your mind. Keep them in mind, period. Be a challenge. Know that you choose who you let into your life. And that person, that man that you're choosing, he needs to earn you every day. Choose you every day and in every way. Love yourself. Value yourself. I believe in you. You got this, angels. And I have faith that you guys will find those successful relationships that you desire, that you will have healthy relationships in your life. I know that you can, and I know that you will have a healthy relationship with yourself, because that's where it all starts, right? So guys, I love you and God loves you, and I'll see you guys in my next video. Mwah.